Hello, everyone. Welcome to Deconstructing the Dark Passenger podcast about all things Dexter. I'm Jean.
I'm Victoria.
Today, Season 3, Episode 10, Go Your Own Way. I don't even know how Miguel and Dexter can look at each other anymore, but they are having dinner with the girls.
Yeah.
Dexter acknowledges that getting rid of somebody that everybody knows and loves, like Miguel Prado, is a problem.
Yeah, and he's talking about how Miguel taught him golf and he taught Miguel how to kill.
Yeah, Dexter's gotten himself into a fine mess this time. It gets worse here. They're at this pretty nice restaurant.
Yeah.
The chef comes out and knows Miguel. And Miguel here reveals that he has going to pay for this restaurant to cater Dexter's wedding.
And Rita is ecstatic.
Well, Rita's ecstatic because she doesn't know what's going on. And
Dexter's a little hesitant.
And Dexter realizes that this is a way to get Miguel to keep him under his thumb.
Yep.
He does say to Rita on their way home, he's like, do we have to serve food at the wedding? And she's like, yes, Dexter, we have to serve food at the wedding. But he does makes a better point, which he's like, hey, if we can't afford to do this, then maybe we shouldn't do it. Maybe we do it ourselves. But, should we really have people paying for our catering? That's kind of...
Yeah.
But he kind of says, I feel weird about it now because Miguel's not who I thought it was. And Rita immediately jumps to he's having an affair. And
Dexter doesn't want to get into it, which makes Rita think it's an affair.
It's an affair. Deb and Anton, somebody decided that it was a good idea to leave their children with Deb, so...
Yeah, I mean, Rita left the kids with Deb.
Yes, it's at Deb's house, right? Or
Yeah.
apartment or whatever.
Yeah.
After falling asleep on the couch, and Deb jokes about her falling asleep after watching Saw 1 and 2, which, if that were my kid, I'd be like, oh, okay, that's fine.
But Rita didn't like it.
Rita didn't like that.
She made a face, and Deb's like, I'm just joking.
Just joking. So Anton is there, and Dexter's like, oh, are you +1 for the wedding now? And Anton's like, huh?
Yeah.
Do what?
Dex just doesn't know what's correct and what's not.
So Anton falls asleep at Deb's house watching some Frosty Penguin.
I don't know if they watched that all night or if that's just what was on when Deb woke up, but it was weird and creepy.
It was creepy.
I don't like penguins.
Yeah, it was some weird penguin thing. And Deb's freaking out because Anton's protective detail is actually at the apartment. And so they know he's never left all night.
Yep.
So Deb's like, great. Great. Right, now we have a problem. At the station, they're having the meeting about Ellen Wolf, Toby the bartender.
They exchange numbers.
My hands are cold. He's like the primary suspect now.
Yes.
And I think this was funny. So Ellen is missing, we find out through Maria, wore 2 wedding bands.
One for each husband.
One for each ex-husband. She's missing one of them.
Yes, her platinum one.
So Dexter knows right away. Miguel wants to take rings for trophies. So, he doesn't need any more evidence. It's a little nice touch. Masuka, meanwhile, is planning the bachelor party. Angel tells him strippers yes, hookers no. And to which Vince responds, okay, thanks a lot, Sergeant Buzzkill. I'm like,
yeah.
Vince, he's dating a lady from the Vice Squad. He doesn't want hookers there.
Yeah, I mean, they might know her.
What are these stripper names? Like, these are some wild stripper names. It's not like Candy Cane. I'm going to be obsessed with Candy Cane. But it's like, I don't know. These were wild-ass hooker names. Anyway. So Deb, she's going back and she's going around with Joey because of this relationship with Anton and the fact that the protective detail now knows what's going on.
Yeah, she's freaking out when Joey comes to her and says, we got a problem.
Yeah.
And he's got the report from the protective detail, and he sees that Anton didn't leave her house last night.
Yeah, okay, so this is going to be a problem because Anton's the star witness. Right?
Yeah, to her case.
To her case, the case she is working on.
Yeah.
In the meantime, Angel gets a call, and he just leaves without really telling anybody what he's doing. Dexter is at Miguel's office, sitting behind Miguel's desk, playing some game on his computer. It's some shooter, some first-person shooter. And he's playing this game on Miguel's computer, and Miguel, I think this is what you get, Miguel, because you just sidled up behind his laptop without asking, so this is what it feels like.
Yep.
This is how it is. And we got the Ellen Wolf cases breaking. We got the bartender that was outside of Ellen's place. So she was getting strangled. And Dexter's like, okay, well, this is what's going to happen. After the wedding, because we got to kind of keep things looking normal.
Keep the peace.
We're breaking up after the wedding. We're done. We're going to all go back to our old lives. And Miguel's like, well, what's that mean? You know, and Dexter's like, it means you just go back to being the ADA and I go back to being Dexter. You know, Miguel's thinking, that's not fair. You get to keep killing people. Why don't I get to keep killing people? But we do find out where Angel went. He's at the hospital. Gianna, I guess some Gianna beat her up.
Actually, he followed her home and beat her up.
Right. So she's got this key that's got a piece of this guy DNA on it. I have questions about this key, though. Now, this key, understand she's a cop, but this key has been sitting on this hospital table while she's been in and out of consciousness.
Yeah.
You have a chain of custody problem. This thing is no good for evidence anymore.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if that's what Angel's thought process was, or if he was just, I'm going to find this motherfucker.
Yeah, because he gave all the keys to the other detective that was outside her door, but he took the key that she said she used.
Right. So he takes that. We're going to see what he does with that. At the station, he gives Dexter the key to analyze, like get all the whatever you can get off of it. Maria is talking with Toby, the bartender. He's explained to her how when you work for tips, sometimes you're nice to people.
And sometimes you're not.
Sometimes you're not.
But most of the time, you flirt and you're nice to get better tips.
Right. And Maria's like, okay, awesome. But then why is your cell phone pinging from a tower?
A block from her house.
Yes.
Like, that's a weird quinky dink.
So he has to own up to like, okay, look, I have a fiance. I went over there for a booty call, but I have a fiance and I didn't want her to find out. So that's why I'm lying. Yes, I was 100% going to fuck Ellen Wolf, but she didn't answer her phone or her door.
Booty call.
And he literally calls it a booty call.
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, well, all right. And he says, well, I didn't see anybody, but I did see... They do talk to other witnesses and, like, surveillance cameras, and it all backs up his story. He does say the only thing he saw was, while he was going in, this other car was coming out. He said, douchebag with a high beams on. He was waiting at one high beams. It's halogens. And he's like a dark SUV.
Yeah, he's like dark blue or black SUV.
Right. Miguel and Dexter are, witnessing this statement.
Yeah.
And Dexter's like, I might be a good friend to have. And Miguel's just like, disgusted.
Yeah.
I don't want to have to owe anybody anything, basically. He knows he's in a bad spot.
Yes.
And what are you going to do? We can't make Toby disappear.
Yeah. I mean, you can make Toby disappear, but that's going to be a lot.
That's a whole nother set of problems.
After Ellen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Sylvia and Rita are shopping for wedding dresses, and Sylvie's getting sad thinking about her own wedding. It's hard to watch these two women who are good wives. They love their men, and they're completely oblivious to what's happening. It's hard to deal with sometimes, especially with Rita.
Yeah.
Just because we spend more time with Rita. But anyway, at the station, okay, Maria is laying into Dexter about some tests he had done that they weren't assigned to any specific case.
It was the key for Angel.
It was the key for Angel, but he can't tell her that.
Yeah.
And she's freaking out because they're coming down on her about the budget and blah, blah, blah. And he's like, sorry, be more careful. Vince is melting down about the bachelor. Everybody's kind of melting down, Syl's melting down. Maria's melting down. Vince is melting down.
Yeah, the bachelor thing got the people doing it or helping Vince canceled. And this is where Joey tells them about.
He's got like a one-stop shop.
One-stop shop. Like you call the girl and she'll set up the whole thing.
Everything, yeah. But then Anton comes in and Joey's trying to apologize. Like, yes, I'm sorry that I completely lied to you and fucked you over and whatever. And Anton's like, wait a minute. This was you. Deb told me it was a clerical error. So he knocks Joey out, and then he's like, fuck you, Deb. Well, he doesn't say fuck you, Deb, but he just ignores Deb. Because he's like, everybody's lying to me at this point. You're lying to me to cover for fucking Joey.
Yeah. Deb runs after him. He's also mad because she's not telling anybody about their relationship. I'm like, okay, that I don't think you should get mad about because she's in a bad way with you being her witness on her case. Yeah.
But I'd definitely be mad at her for trying to cover for Joey, though. I get that for sure.
Yeah. I couldn't believe she even tried to cover for Joey.
I know.
I didn't know what that was all about.
Joey wasn't even covering for himself by that point.
I know. He didn't even realize she had covered for him.
Yeah. But Maria and Miguel, they're getting snookered at her house. They're getting drunk. They have these memories of Oscar when he was younger, when they start making out, which is fine. And then good old Dexter, the dark cock blocker, shows up.
Hello.
Hey, y'all. What's up?
Did you say the dark cock blocker?
He was the dark defender, and I call him the dark cock blocker.
Okay.
His idea is that he doesn't want Miguel to spend time alone with Maria. He doesn't know what Miguel will do.
He feels like if Miguel gets control of Maria, he has control of the case.
Yes, and he's right.
Yeah.
And so he gets in there and he's like, hey, this thing with the fun codes and all that, I'm so sorry, it'll never happen again. And she's like,
did a favor for my buddy.
This could have been an email or a phone call. What are you doing here, Dexter? But party's over either way. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, she knows, like, yeah, I can't fuck him now because now Dexter knows what's going on. So Rita told Syl about Maria and Miguel.
There was nothing to tell.
But Syl shows up at Maria's as Miguel's coming out. And, oh my God, this is where she spills the beans about you didn't come back all night Thursday night. And this is where it clicks in Maria. She's like, Thursday night? That was the night Ellen was murdered.
Yep.
And then, Miguel's like, okay, I gotta go. I gotta deal with this. And he's pulling out, and she's like, oh, this is a dark SUV with bright headlights. But we know they're bright headlights because she squints when he pulls out.
Yeah, you can tell they're halogens.
Yes. Okay, so we have all this information. We know what Maria is thinking right now.
Yeah.
We see it we literally see it clicking in her head.
Yep.
And let's put a pin in that. We're going to need that in a minute. Dexter goes in for his normal donuts in the morning, and Miguel is there.
Ugh.
And he uses the leverage he has, which is like, I will fuck Deb's career up because she's sleeping with her CI.
Yep. He says that they're going to do an investigation into Deb and that he'll keep an eye on it because he wouldn't want anything to ruin her career. But she was sleeping with her CI, which is not good. And, he's the only one that has enough power not to bring her down for it.
Yep. Basically. Yep. So Dexter has a plan, though. Considering some of the things that Dexter's done, it's quite a clever plan. So he goes to the Prados, and their housekeeper is there. And he's like, hey, I was going to get Miguel this special signed copy of 100 Years of Solitude or whatever. So can I come in and make sure he doesn't have it or whatever? Yeah. And she's like, yeah, sure, Mr. Dexter. Yeah, come on in. Like, okay.
Don't need security when you got that made.
Right. He's looking around.
Yeah, he's opened all the boxes.
He's opening all these boxes that he notices the humidor. And he opens it up, and sure enough, there's Ellen's ring.
Yep.
So he takes a dry cleaning ticket with Miguel's name on it, and he sticks it in the humidor, and he takes the ring. He takes the ring, and he leaves the ticket.
Yep.
And back to the station. The analysis for Angel, and he gives Angel the information, and he knows what's going on. Dexter knows that Angel is going to go kill somebody, and he's basically talking him down.
Yeah, he's telling him, this can change your life, or you can leave it alone. You need to decide how you do it on your own.
Yeah. Yeah. Still Miguel again. So Miguel still has kicked Miguel out of the house. And he's taking too long to pack up.
She comes in and she's like, you said you'd be gone by the time I got home.
Don't forget anything, because you don't need an excuse to come back here. Just get it all together and get the fuck out.
Yeah, and about that time, he's kind of behind his desk getting things together, and he looks over and he sees that the cigar box is not closed all the way.
Yeah, and he sees the dry cleaning ticket, goes to the dry cleaner, and the dry cleaner is like, sorry, Mr. Prado. Blood is really hard to get out. We did what we could, but no charge.
Yeah, and the look on Miguel's face when he picks up that shirt and sees that blood stain. Oh, him.
I'm so excited. But till that happens, we see Angel rolling up on this guy that Dexter identified as Gianna's assailant. It looks like he's going to do some damage. He's got this, I don't know what the stick is. It looks like a cane that pops out and is going to beat somebody with it. Mm-hmm. At the station, Deb and Dexter are talking about the whole situation with Anton, and Dexter realizes he's going to have a problem. Well, in the meantime, Miguel comes up, and they have a little talk on the roof. And Miguel's like, oh, you're being cute about this shirt. And Dexter's like, I know, they told me that stain would come out. It is one of the greatest lines ever for Dexter. Yes, just one of the great moments. This whole back and forth
is great.
It's great.
Like, I think this is the first time I've watched that back and forth and just been like, it was such an amazing scene. I don't think I've ever realized how amazing that scene is.
Yeah, I think because the first few times you watch it, you just get distracted with that stain would come out. But the rest of the scene is really great. You see, it's a very stark contrast between the kind of monster that Dexter is versus the kind of monster Miguel is. Which Miguel had told him. He liked the power and the feeling of the power and the being in control. Yeah. Which he shows us here.
Yeah, because with this whole exchange, he's like, you'll do whatever I want, any favors I want.
He's like, this was a weird line. But he's like, you don't fuck with me because I will fuck you back in ways you couldn't even imagine.
I was like, what is that supposed to mean?
What? Hey, man, do what you gotta do. But Dexter's like, oh, okay, I get it now. Because he does. This cat and mouse, this back and forth, there's no point to it. We see that somebody's watching.
Yeah.
But there's this point where he realizes, he says this to Miguel, I see this as pointless now. And Miguel's like, yeah, it is. Yeah. Like, I'm just going to do what I want to do. And Dexter's like, okay. And he just kind of turns and walks away. And he puts his hands together. He's like, thank you. I don't even have to look for excuses or reasons now. You just basically told me I can kill you.
Yeah.
Like, you've told me you're never going to change. You're just going to keep on doing this, so I have to stop you.
Yeah, because he's like, I've got City Hall.
Yeah. He's like, you've got a ring, I've got City Hall.
Yeah.
So he gave permission to Dexter to do what she's going to do. We get back to the station. Angel did the right thing. He made the arrest.
He brought the guy in.
Miguel and George King. We learned that little trick that Miguel did when he went and turned off the camera. That was him telling George King to go after Dexter. Because Dexter knows where Freebo is.
Yep. He knows where Freebo is.
And we're concerned for our boy Dexter because he's going out in the parking garage and he's making his plans and all this gets jumped, he gets black bagged.
Yep. They put a bag over his head and throw him in the trunk of a car and done. Like, that's the end of the episode.
Like, oh, great. What's happening to Dexter? Where's he going? What's he doing? What's going on?
Like, did anybody ever see Dexter being bagged and thrown into a trunk? I've never heard.
It was great. And I remember the first time I saw this episode, I was like, oh no.
Yeah, I was like, got him.
They fucking got him.
Yeah.
The fucking Skinner.
Yeah.
Because I knew it wasn't Miguel. You know?
God, no.
Miguel
can't get his hands dirty with Dexter.
Yeah.
But yeah, like, this episode, is a great episode.
Well, yeah. And we know now, so, we had seen bits and pieces of it that Dexter hadn't seen, but we know now, Miguel was going to get rid of Dexter no matter what.
Mm-hmm.
When Dexter said, this back and forth is pointless, he was speaking more truth than even he knew.
Yeah, exactly.
For me personally, I liked this episode. I liked this season the first time I saw it. I've never not liked this season. Okay. I think the first time through, I don't know that I really understood Jimmy Smits' performance. At first, I was like, this kind of seems a little over the top for this show.
Yeah.
I really did not understand what he was doing the first time. I liked the performance, but it just
seemed off.
It seemed too much. But watching it again, I really appreciate what he was doing. He was doing levels of things.
Yeah.
That you don't even catch till the second or third time through. And I mean, I never think of Jimmy Smits. I mean, like, he's a good actor, but I don't think I really realized how many layers he's got as an actor until this season.
Yeah, and I mean, I think it helps too. I think he played in one of the CSIs for a while.
Well, he was in what was it? What was the one where they showed that guy's butt? It was a big deal.
New York. It was
NYPD Blue. Was that it?
Maybe.
Something like that. He was on some...
Or CSI New York.
No, it wasn't CSI. Well, maybe it was, but it was that NYPD show.
Yeah.
I wasn't a fan of either of those shows, but I've never not liked Jimmy Smits. I don't think I really realized, There's a lot to him here.
Yeah, there is a whole lot to him. And I guess when you're such a huge fan of a show and you've watched it multiple times, I don't think anybody could have played that part any better.
I don't think so. I'm trying, who they could have gotten in there. But it was a great performance.
Yeah, it really was.
And it's a different performance. You've had great guest stars, great performances throughout Dexter. This is, again, a good casting decision. Because you're right. Like, how many, I can't think of off the top of my head. I'm sure there's another actor somewhere. There's other actors that could have pulled this off.
But would it have been as good and meant as much?
Right. I mean, and I think this is a great casting choice for sure.
Just like in season 4, we'll see John Lithgow, and I don't think anybody could have pulled that character off the way John Lithgow does. And I think the different things we see with the characters, the only reason we see them that way is because every person is different, so they're going to...
And I think what you're seeing here, and this is, I think, another reason why season 2 is a weak season, because I think in season 1, in all of these people, and all these performances, Michael C. Hall, he's got a very complicated role here, all throughout the series. But I think in each, like Brian, okay, so you see each of these people is a different aspect of Dexter that he's grappling with. He's grappling with Brian being this murderer. Here he is grappling with Miguel. What Jimmy Smits gives off is, and this is what I'm talking about, the layers here. Because we understand Miguel as a narcissist. We understand Miguel as a master manipulator. And it is the way Jimmy Smits is giving us this performance. He's manipulating everybody. He's manipulating Dexter. He's manipulating Maria. He's manipulating the audience. I think just in a way so many layers of it. And this is a side of Dexter. He's a manipulator too, but not in this way.
He doesn't go so deep.
Right.
Like, he only manipulates who he has to.
Right. But so, I guess that's what I was like, all these different performances. We're seeing all these different aspects of Dexter. This is kind of how he defines himself. And we realize as the audience that he's not as bad as he understands, but he kind of has some of that revelation at the end of the season. But I mean, this was a deceptively complicated performance.
Yeah, it really was.
You really see it in this episode.
Yeah, and I mean, even still, we don't see her a lot, but what we see of her gave, like, Jimmy Smits something to play off of, too. Yeah. Because there's that one episode where she spills the wine and he goes off on her, and she's like, I'm scared to be alone with him. And, like, he gives you that. He gives you that feeling, like, when he yells at her, you're like, oh my God.
Well, yeah, and whenever he loses his temper like that,
it gets really bad.
Yeah, like when he's yelling at Ellen Wolf in that meeting, or when he's playing golf with Dexter, and he gets so loud and fierce that other people golfing are like, what the fuck is happening down there?
Yeah. And it's like he can get mad in a courtroom, though, and he doesn't even raise his voice.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to say, for me personally, probably my first time through watching, Jimmy Smits was definitely like my most underrated. I appreciated the performance, but I did not give him nearly enough credit until I watched it again.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, season 1 is getting to know everybody. In season 2, we had
Lila.
But we also had Lundy.
But see, I think it's interesting.
Lundy was great.
But I think it's interesting, though, because, when you start realizing the pattern here of Brian representing some part of Dexter, Miguel representing some part of Dexter, Trinity representing some part of Dexter, what did Lila represent?
Nothing.
Right. That season will forever stick out to me. I mean, we're going to get through this series.
Do we think Lundy gave him anything? Do you think Lundy meant anything to him? I mean, he did to Deb.
I think Lundy is interesting because he's anti-Dexter. Dexter's an anti-hero. So I don't know what that makes Lundy, but like, if Lundy decided he was going to be a serial killer, he would be as successful as Dexter.
Yeah.
He is truly Dexter's match there.
Yeah, and we'll talk about that more in season 4.
Yeah. But that's not how he was presented to us.
Yeah.
Initially, at least. We were sidetracked. We were supposed to be putting all of our emotional energy into this Lila thing. And
it wasn't worth it.
It didn't make a lot of sense. It just it felt, again, no shade on Jamie Murray. Her performance was great. She did what she was supposed to do, which was make us hate her.
Yeah.
But I just think the more time that goes on, the more times I watch it, the more I feel that storyline was worthless.
Yeah, I mean, because it represented a piece of Dexter that wasn't really there. That wasn't Dexter. He wasn't using drugs. He didn't need
everything about it was a
lie.
Right.
Yeah, and
I mean, maybe if our lesson is maybe he realizes that he's not
like this hollow vessel like Lila, maybe, but I don't think that was the point. I don't know.
I don't think it was either. But yeah, I felt like he really connected with Jimmy Smits here.
Yeah.
I feel like the Miguel character was an opening up of his eyes.
Yes. Yeah.
Like, oh shit, somebody can know my secret. Oh, somebody can do this with me. Oh, but I can't trust anybody to do that.
Right. And I think, it's I feel like it's almost like an improved version of where he was going with Lila. With this idea that just because somebody knows you and quote unquote accepts you, that's not necessarily by itself a good thing.
No, it's not. I mean, you can...
Because sometimes
somebody can know your secrets, but...
Yeah. But sometimes, people, the people that love you most are the people that are the ones that will correct you, that will say, this thing you do is not okay. This behavior you engage in is not okay.
Yeah. We see that much later on.
Yeah.
Like seasons down the line.
Yeah.
So.
But... good episode. Really good episode.
It was very good. It's one of my favorite episodes of that season. Season 3. It really is. They told me that Stain would come out. That line will forever live in infamy.
Yeah. Yeah. I think in that first season we had a couple, it was just the whole episode was so good. And like this one, I don't know if we have anything where it's like that whole episode is mind blowing. But I think some of my favorite scenes of the series are from this episode. And one of my favorite scenes from the series is in the next episode. Yeah. Definitely.
Yeah. I mean, I have a favorite episode in every season.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know.
I mean, I do for season 1. And I do for this season and season 4 definitely. Season 2 is hard because
the whole thing feels off. Everything about it feels off.
Yeah.
I hate that was how we lost Dokes. I think Dokes deserved to go out on a stronger season, but Anyway, I don't have a lot else to say.
I think I'm good.
Okay. All right. So until next week, when we're talking about season 3, episode 11. Please also check out The Final Assessment, which is our podcast about the show Evil. And also check out our podcast Outside Food and Drink, which is our movie podcast. All different types of movies that we talk about. And you check that out. We have all that information up on our website. If you want to follow us on socials, email us, or whatever, you can check out. We'll have all that information on our show notes. And until next week, we talk about season 11.
Later.
Later.